Hi beauty fam, welcome back to MikiCarrBeauty. I'm going to do a get ready with me with some of the Sephora Vib haul items I picked up. So if you're interested in seeing some of the get ready with me with some items that I bought from the sale, then keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is use this Tatcha Silk Primer SPF. And I have the regular, what is this? The Silk Liquid Canvas and the Silk Sunscreen. And I loved this when it came out, I think a year and a half ago. I bought this Tatcha Silk Screen last year, or a year and a half ago when it came out. And it was such a wonderful product, but the packaging was horrible. It's notoriously known online and in real life that the packaging for this, and I'll maybe put a picture up here, it was like squat and it kept on flaking. So a lot of this purple, silver, overlay they had on the old packaging would flake off and get on your hands while you were applying the primer silk screen. And it was this mechanism like a bit like how do I show you, it's kind of got this nozzle, the old packaging, and what would happen is that it would erupt. So not only was stuff flaking, the product would come out and just, it was a hot mess. So this is the new packaging. I think it's the same old product. It has zinc oxide 10% as sunscreen here. And I love it. It's broad spectrum SPF PA+++. I'm a big fan of Korean and Japanese SPF. I just think that they do that really well. That doesn't really interfere with makeup. The only downside of it is that for people deeper complected beauties, it might cause white cast. So I didn't find that to be the case for me, but this is what the packaging looks like. I just took off the top, and then this is what that sunscreen SPF is. And it's marketed as more of an SPF, but I remember using this like every day as kind of an SPF primer. So definitely, you know, it's gonna have some probably white cast if you're deeper than me, but let me just put that in there. So it absorbed pretty well on my skin tone. If anything, it has a little bit more of like a pinky sheen. With the foundation I'm using, it works out. And I'll put a little more as I need it. And apologies for any noise you might be hearing. Sometimes it doesn't pick up on the audio, but sometimes it does. People are getting their lawn work done and really dislike the use of leaf blowers. Sorry about that. I had to adjust the lighting. It's this weird day where there's like different cloud layers moving and then it casts these weird shadows. I just went ahead and just like drew the blinds and then put a ring light on. But I am facing a window, so there's a little bit of natural light. So that is what the primer SPF looks like. I don't think they say it's a primer. They say it's a hydrating mineral shield, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid. It said shake well before use. So I totally forgot to do that. I'm gonna shake it again, put a little bit more sunscreen on because I think I put too little. I'm gonna put more here on my hand. There is a bit of a, I don't want to say it's a perfume, but there's definitely some sort of botanical scent going on with this SPF. And it definitely, I would say it has like a matte type finish or satiny matte. I would say the regular liquid silk canvas, it's definitely more silky slash mattifying, like a silky satin, but this is pretty close. Well, I did pick up one base, but it's not here yet, so I'll do another get ready with me, but I'll go off camera and do my foundation and then I'll be back. So let's try these Fenty Beauty concealers. This is not a first impressions for me. What is new are the colors. I picked up two other colors and I'll put them here, and I actually tried these back in January and I was kind of wear testing two colors because I like to do my shade and then a brightening shade, kind of what I do with my Holy Grail Pat McGrath. And it was almost too light, and I really am impressed with these Fenty Beauty concealers. And the official name is We're Even Hydrating Longwear Concealer, and these are fantastic. I am so picky about concealers because I have dark circles, and I am aging. What I'm finding is that creamy concealer and that are super emollient are not good for me, because what happens is it ends up it doesn't settle. So I notice like the trend is coming up with serumy concealers. Those don't work well for me. What I really like are ones that are very thin but also very pigmented. And this is fitting the bill for Fenty. So I did not get along with the Natasha Denona concealer. It was very pigmented and very emollient, and for my eyes it just never settled down, and it just kind of got in the creases. So I'm one of the few people that is actually not a Natasha Denona concealer convert. I do love her corrector. I do use that. I always hydrate when doing makeup with Chanel Ye. Sorry, and that's a gel, under eye gel, and it just brings emolliency to my under eye. And kind of my holy grail routine is to put corrector down, but because there could be some, it could be peachy enough that it's correcting. And if you're curious of what's on my base, I'm so sorry about the color today. The weather here is very fussy, so it's very super sunny out, but there's like 2 or 3 different cloud layers that keep going in front of the sun, so it's not consistent. So I drew the shades, but we're still being affected by the light. So I picked up shade 315 and 310, both warm undertones, these two. So this is the warmer one, that's the cooler one, and I did it based on my foundation match. I'm like a 300, 310 in the matte foundation, and Serum Tint stick, I'm 13. So these are the two concealers. Cute packaging. In the PR materials, they show them that they're standing up. They actually are not able to stand up because it's kind of got this geometric shape. So you actually, I find I have to lay them on its side. They're great. I actually traveled to Hawaii with these, and it also says it's like water resistant. And I went swimming and it stayed on. It was amazing. I didn't plan on water testing it or testing it in the water, but I just kind of forgot that I had them on, the concealers, and it stayed, and it was sweaty and it worked. So my shade, do some swatches. This is the doe foot. I like that it's angled. I love it. It's so great. And my issue is just trying to find the right shade match. So this is 315W. It's a nice creamy shade with a yellow undertone. I like it. It could work. And then here is 310W. 310W. Definitely more cool, if not olive, actually, I would say. Take some of this 315W. Actually, just put some here underneath. And then I'm going to dot 310 ever so slightly here. And this is something I do. I like to have it like a little bit brighter underneath. So 315W here and then 310 underneath here. Okay, so it's been a minute since I used this concealer. What I remember is that a little goes a long way. So I think I put a little too much. And to be transparent, I'm having such terrible allergies and my skin is just not happy with me, and that includes my under eye. So I'm having trouble right here, but that's not, I don't think that has to do anything with the concealer, because I know that this has worked in the past. What I'm going to do is actually put a little bit more, just like a thin layer here. Oh my god, I really hate the lawn work. I can hear it. I'm so sorry if you can hear it on the microphone. Okay, another thing that I actually replaced was my Pat McGrath under eye powder, and I have it in the shade yellow. I love this powder. The thing I don't like about this is the packaging and that it breaks really easily. And a lot of people have talked about this, beauty content creators and whatnot, or you just know probably yourself if you've tried it. Like this, I don't like this packaging because it always slips out of my hands really easily. And actually, I don't like beauty products like this because I have butterfingers. These are very light. So I know Westman Atelier has one that's heavier, but that slipped out of my hands. The new Rare Beauty products are in this packaging as well. To really be careful not to have this slip out of my butterfingers. So okay, let's move on to what else I got. The Ultra Fine Tip Cool Soft Black Benefit. What is this? The Precisely My Brow Pencil. And I think I had heard, I don't know if this is true, chime in below, that this was a product that actually DANESSA MYRICKS had created when she was with them. And I just think this has like the best, most precise way to do your eyebrows. And this is, if I have time, I'll use this more. I think the best results are really this product because it just creates these fine lines that fill in your brows in the most like accurate and natural way. So that was shade 6, and I don't want to go too heavy on my eyebrows, but I love this. This is probably like my second repurchase of this Precisely My Brow. Fantastic. I think hands down this is like still one of my favorite eyebrow products on the market. I'll do it really quick here if you want, and I didn't get these at the Sephora sale, but this is the YSL bronzer in 04 Warm Amber. It's not a matte bronzer, but it's like a shimmery one. But it's real, it's pigmented. It's cute. Love the packaging. Highlighter down. So I ended up getting Yum Rum, the new Fenty Beauty Demi Glow highlighter. And I got one shade, and on my Instagram, oh, so pretty. I had swatched, gone in store. This is the packaging, beautiful. I like highlighters that are not beaming, and this is supposed to be very, very like subtle. So pretty. And let me do a little swatch for you here. Oh, so pretty. It's got like a peachy apricot hue. Wait, let me use my Fenty highlighter brush. It's basically supposed to be this hugging highlighter brush. Okay, so we're gonna use that today. I'm gonna go into this. There's some kickback in the pan. Ooh, that's pretty. This is so pretty. It is emphasizing some texture. I have texture here. So if you have texture and you don't want it to be seen at all, I don't think this is texture proof. We'll see. We'll see if I can still tolerate this. I really don't like any texture, and definitely I'm seeing some there. Okay, and then we'll put some up here, down the nose. Okay, I'll pin a comment below how I'm like liking or not liking this product. Makeup really quickly. I don't want to fuss too much about my eye makeup. What I have here is the Armani Beauty, what are these called? Eye tints. This is the color, I forgot the color, 222 Warm Mocha. I think it's Mocha. This is something I had picked up from Nordstrom, their sale. And they came in a duo. And these are just so easy for me, like if I don't want to fuss too much about my makeup. The thing to be cautious about this, and I totally went against my own what I know of this product, is actually it's best to just put on your hands first to control the product, because sometimes it can be uneven application if I just put it right onto my eyelids. So I was just being a little bit too quick and lazy. It's best to just pat it on your hand first and then apply it, at least for me. Some people just go ahead and put it on, that's fine. But I just noticed like the first application, there was a lot of stuff on there. So it deposited more product on this side versus this. So I believe this is the color Sand. And it's just like an easy, not quite, well, I could just use the matte and that's one and done, but I put a little zhuzh there. So, all right, so I grabbed my SUQQU Melting Powder Blush. This is the shade 103. I think it was limited edition. I'm literally just grabbing whatever is on my top shelf here. And I'm just grabbing some of that to put up here. And then let me finish with some lipstick swatches. So this is the Tatcha Plum Blossom that I picked up. And we'll see. I don't know if this is gimmicky. This is a new product of theirs that's SPF. And here is the swatch for that. Plum Blossom. Very orangey. I like that color. I have to be honest, I don't like it. I'll tell you why. Let me get in if I can show you. Even if I swatch this on my hand, I have such dark underpigment that is just, it looks a bit patchy. You can see that it's not cute. Like, it's just, as much as I put on here, it just looks like a cheap balm. Ooh, so that was my first fail of my Sephora finds. Okay, so now you know, ladies, friends, beauties, if you have underpigment like I do and like fine lines and aging, I don't know, at least Peach Blossom, Plum Blossom, I don't recommend it. But I don't like if it's patchy looking. It just kind of looks like cheap lip balm. I picked up two of the Makeup by Mario lipsticks. I picked up 917 and Dumbo. So Dumbo means down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass. Dumbo. And actually got married there. So for me, not only was the color fantastic, it's also like nostalgic for me. It's like this pinky rosewood, at least on me. And then 917 is the area code that I had on my cell when I lived in New York. And that's, oh, it's very cool tone mauve-y. Pretty. A little bit too mauve-y for my taste, but let's try it. Let's do the 917. Ooh, these are creamy. Pretty. These feel like, these remind me of Charlotte Tilbury without the scent. She does pinks really well, but what I don't like is that she has a smell with her lipsticks, and sometimes her satin lipsticks, like, you can feel them a lot on your lips. At least I do. These remind me of Charlotte Tilbury satin lipsticks without having that extra feeling on my lips. Okay, so that's 917. That's really pretty. Some of my underpigment is showing through still, but it's still pretty. I'll take this off and then I'll probably finish with Dumbo. Okay, and this is Dumbo. Yes, this is the one. I feel like this is the better color for me. It's just more flattering with my skin tone. But the other one's more of a nude, but this is like a pinky rosewood. So this is Dumbo down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass. That's my final look for Get Ready With Me. Remember to subscribe, comment, and like below. Helps me out in engagement on my channel. And as always, please be very kind with yourself and others. And just be you. Until the next video, Beauty Fam, take good care of yourself. Bye.